These are 7 really messed up things you can do in Star Wars The Old Republic. Number 1. You can keep Vet's shock collar on and continually shock her throughout the Sith Warrior storyline, to the point where Vet would rather defy you and let you kill her than continue to wear the collar. In the Sith Warrior storyline, the option to keep Vet as a slave and to shock her caused a little controversy for the game, which articles being published called the decision to include Vet in such a state as sexist, short-sighted, and really creepy. However, a survey revealed that many of the players chose the good option to remove the shock collar, because they felt uncomfortable with the alternative. Nonetheless, the whole controversy quickly blew over, and pretty soon, no one really cared about it. Number 2. At Droman Khas, the Sith warrior encounters Lady Grathan, and if you choose not to kill her, you can proposition her. Lady Grathan then makes her son leave the room, and the Sith warrior can actually choose to keep Vet in the room during the scene. Keep in mind, Lady Grathan is an old woman. Number 3. On Hutta, the bounty hunter storyline includes the character attempting to earn Nemro the Hutt's favor by bringing in Nemro's former accountant, who has defected to Fathra the Hutt. Nemro orders the bounty hunter to decapitate the accountant and deliver the head to his wife. When the hunter encounters the accountant promises to meth up Fathra's accounting books, which will decisively help Nemro the Hutt establish control over Hutta. However, the bounty hunter can choose to say no and decapitate the accountant and deliver the head to the wife, who lets out an unsettling shriek as the screen fades to black. Number 4. On Balmorra, all Imperial classes are given the option to aid in the Empire's victory by placing bombs underneath dead resistance fighters, which will explode when the bodies are moved. However, the players are told by a civilian that sometimes innocent children will rummage through the dead bodies for equipment. If the player chooses to place the bombs anyway, they are later told by an Imperial officer that some civilians blew themselves up, including one child. Number 5. The dark moments are not just restricted to the Imperial faction, as the Republic players can encounter some very dark choices as well. During Chapter 2 of the Trooper storyline, the Trooper is told to go to the Senate and present evidence against the Senator who has defected to the Imperials. However, when the Trooper enters the Senate hearing, the Senator begins to verbally attack the Havoc Squad unit, at which point the Trooper can pull out his blaster pistol and silence the Senator for good. Number 6. During the Trooper storyline on Tatooine, the Trooper encounters a young woman whose apartment building has been bombed by Imperial droids. Her neighbors lie dead or wounded around her and she is tending to them. When more droids arrive, the Trooper defeats them. The young woman then thanks the Trooper and remarks whether there is any way to repay her. The Trooper can then choose the dark side option, which is to proposition the woman and tell her that there is some way a pretty girl like her can repay him. Finally, number 7. In Chapter 1 of the Smuggler storyline, the smuggler butts heads with Skavak, a rival smuggler who the player is competing with. In one mission, the smuggler fights and defeats one of Skavak's lovers named Felara. When Felara begs Skavak for help, he refuses and abandons her, leaving Felara heartbroken. The smuggler can then choose to kill the poor heartbroken woman. Although this may not seem really messed up, this interaction's sick sense of humor can be encompassed by this little piece of dialogue, where Felara is crying and she exclaims, "I thought he loved me." The smuggler responds by saying, "Nobody loves you," and then shoots Felara.